2:56 remaining here in Las Vegas. It's been a tough one as the Aces got themselves right back in it. The Lynx go on a run. It's 93-76. They've got the lead, and it's time now for our Ally Player of the Game. There are a lot of options out there, Carolyn, but Alana Smith, the efficiency, just ridiculous tonight.
Smith has 18 points, 7 of 9 from the floor, but 4 of those made field goals are from the three-point line. You add to that 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. She's done a little bit of everything for the Minnesota Lynx.
Right. She's been knocked on the floor a few times as well. It has been very physical, but they've been able to get her back out there, and she has been huge. Becky Hammon said she's having a breakout year. Well, she certainly is. As Alyssa Peely into the ball game, the rookie pick for Minnesota, as well as Sika Kone, number 3 in white. Here is Olivia Epupa running the point. Jill Reeve going to the bench.
And so has Becky Hammon. Emma Cannon in the game. Megan Gustafson.
Yep, 2.5 remaining. They've got to regroup once again and hit the road. The Aces will head to Phoenix for their final Commissioner's Cup game. Minnesota will head back home. And Phoenix hasn't had a game in a while. They're going to be a bit more rested than the Aces. But, you know, every team, Carolyn, goes through these crazy schedule stretches where you're playing every other day, maybe you're traveling. Some teams have had 6 straight road games. The schedule sometimes not your friend.
Well, this is my recommendation. Through the tournament of the Commissioner's Cup, every team should have the same amount of rest, whether it's home or away, because I know that you cannot always fix the schedule because of travel, but the same amount of days rest for all 5 teams to make this thing fair, because this is tough. Yeah,
it certainly is, and they have changed it to just the 5 games in a very tight window, but it's definitely been different for some as Colson forces the turnover. Ninth turn of the game for Minnesota. And then after the Phoenix game for the Aces, they face New York here. That one will be on ABC. 2 minutes left. Peely, spin move, inside, and 1. Alyssa Peely, first-round pick from Utah.
That's what the rookie was able to do in her college career. She's not one of these players that stays locked in on the block, not just the trail 3, but she has demonstrated she's got handles as well.
Can't get the 3-point play, but yeah, they list her at 6 feet, always been that undersized post. They had a 20-pointer not so long ago. Colson in the lane, shooter's touch. Sid Colson with some good minutes off the bench. 7 points for her. We talked to Alicia Clark, and she talked about, weathering the storm, right? And that she said, look, you don't want to peak in June. There's 31 more games left in this season, and that's the mindset that Becky Hammon's team's going to have to keep. But lots of things to kind of clean up, and last time losing 3 in a row, though. It's been a while, 2019.
Well, and Becky takes it upon herself to still remind them who they are. Look, it's hard. Everybody's going to bring their best game against you, and yes, you're down without playing without your point guard. You've got a shortened roster with Kirsten Bell being out.
Yeah, she's still out.
And so you just you got to remind them of who they are, so that when you get all those pieces back, you're not trying to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, totally believes in this team and has to keep making sure they do as well. It's a veteran squad, and just got to work through it as faking one way and going the other. That's Kone with the hoop. Second-year player for Molly. Cannon squared it up and just misses. Gustafson and one. How about a hustle play?
That's big. I mean, when you get minutes, yeah, demonstrate what you're capable of doing.
Just getting position and just that extra effort that she made. And you know what? Doesn't matter what time's left on the clock.
There's a term Becky Hammon uses, try hard factor.
Yes.
I like that.
Yep.
That was one of those try hard moments.
It certainly was. How about 11 points for Gustafson off the bench? 3 rebounds, an assist. It's the kind of minutes and time that the Aces are going to need from her. No look inside, and the and one as Kone trickles that one over the rim. Just getting some love from her teammates. 20 games last season, she was with Chicago.
To start the season, Minnesota was one of those teams that, because they had so much of a roster change, I really wasn't sure that they would be a playoff team. Now I've changed my mind after watching them. They could end up one of those top 4 teams to start the playoffs.
Yeah, they were one of those teams with so many question marks that you had to say, okay, gonna take a little time to see what's gonna happen with them. And Cheryl Reeves saying, I'm fine, we can be an underdog. Oh, everybody wants us to be. They're gonna get the win here. They'll split the season 1-1. Becky Hammon, Cheryl Reeve chatting at midcourt. They'll face each other again. But a big road win for Minnesota, a good one. Not an easy place to come to.
Now, one of the things that the Aces, before this next game, they got to look at where the turnovers were happening, giving up 21 points off 14 turns.
It's kind of the story also with the last couple of games. There's been one major area here or there where they just haven't been able to stop the bleeding, whether it's been forcing or giving up O boards and second chance points or whatever it might be. Tonight, the turnovers gave 21 points, as you said, and it's just a bit too much. And those are the kind of differences. But a good win for Cheryl Reeve, and the Lynx go to 9-3 overall, 7-2 in the West. And they go to 4-1 in Commissioner's Cup play.